Welcome back to From Dine to Mom,
where we discuss balancing the 9 to 5 hustle with the beautiful chaos that we call motherhood.
So, question for you right off the bat here.
Okay, go
For the
it.
4th of July, did your kids stay up to watch fireworks?
Not intentionally. We did not plan to go to fireworks or go to them. We actually went to fireworks earlier. They had fireworks the day before at the baseball game. So we went to the baseball game and did fireworks there. I had full intentions of putting my children to bed and not doing fireworks. But people were doing them in the street anyways, and we had people at our house, so they wouldn't sleep.
What do you do?
And they watched them. What about you?
We did not. They did not stay up at all. We were at my parents', so like it wasn't like we were launching them and they're like a little bit in the country, so like it's far away if you see any or like people at their houses doing them. So they did not. I had no intention of keeping them up either because they're so little. It's scary. Like half the kids I saw, like of people online, like their kids were frightened or they have the canceling headphones on, which is fine. But like most of those fireworks things start at like 10 p.m. And I'm sorry, I don't keep my kids up like that.
Well, even the baseball game, they started earlier because they did the game and they started at like, I can't remember if it was 8:30, 9 o'clock, but then it was still late. The reason I did that was I loved 4th of July fireworks as a kid. Me and my best friend Kelly, we would go to her uncle's house and we would watch them, or my uncles would put them off. It was always like something family oriented that somebody was doing, but I know a lot of families who go to the big fireworks celebrations, and I'm always a little envious because I feel like it's a tradition or it's like something that they always go to their kids with, and I always thought we would do that, but like looking at it now, you're fighting for parking, you finally get there, they're hungry, they're crying, they're tired, they're scared, and it's like, is it really, who is this enjoyable for? Like, we're making memories, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that's where like we wanted to go with today is like, when do you bring the kids for anything? We're not talking just fireworks at this point. And when do you leave them home? And part of it is selfish to not bring them. And there's totally two different ways of it. You see the people that are like, it's always better to bring them along and make them feel included. Like, you know, sure, that's great. That sounds great. And you can bring your kids to whatever you're doing. At what cost?
Well, and that's where I think everybody's different and you have to like weigh the pros and cons, but we're dealing with this right now. The Bills are coming to Charlotte and everybody's going. And to be honest, Jordan and I had no intention of bringing our children to the Bills game. Like I remember having my season tickets and what it was like, and this is not where I'm going to bring them. But then other people are like, they're finally old enough. But here's my problem.
Yeah.
I would love for my kids to see a football game with me. I think it would be so fun. And I am one of those people. I bring my kids, especially Colton, I brought him everywhere. When you have 2 kids, it's different. And when you have the youngest kid, like the age gap is like so different. Like Daisy at a football game, she has fun at like we went to like a soccer game as a family. Yes. But it was like a family activity. It was really fun. We had a good time. Yeah. But we left a little early. You know how it goes. We're not going to leave early from the Bills game, but now I'm feeling like a bad parent because I don't really think I want to bring my kids. But then if their cousins are there, I don't want them to feel like they missed out or that they didn't have the experience. And honestly, I don't know the answer to that.
Well, and I think there's like a few things that factor into it, right? So like we're talking a Buffalo Bills game. Yeah. Where I don't know the cost of tickets there, but they have skyrocketed up here in Buffalo.
Oh, it's insane.
Our kids are old enough now that they need a ticket to get in. Are you really going to pay $150? Because that's where we're rolling at the Bills Stadium now. Like you are going to be paying
$300 a ticket here.
So it's like, and that's what I mean. Like for $300. So like, am I going to trek Jack up to the top of the 300s? For $150 for his seat, for him to not even be able to sit through the game?
Great question. I don't know.
I know they do. Like I see people that bring their kids to hockey games and like do all this stuff. And of course, like the boys have been to baseball games and we've done stuff that's during the day that's a little more, you know, kid friendly. Not that they're not kid friendly. I suppose the Bills Stadium's hardly kid friendly.
Yeah, I would not classify it as kid friendly.
So it's not even like I don't want to bring them. I just want it to be like for that amount of money for me to even go. I'm like, I want to be able to enjoy myself. It doesn't even have to do with the tailgating and the stuff, but it goes for a lot of other events. Like I'm looking at tickets to go see Danny go live. perfect thing for the kids to go. Why is Danny Go Live $80 per ticket?
Well, when I went, it was definitely $80, and that was before he was as big as he is right now.
My kids can't even sit through a Paw Patrol episode here. Like, how are we going to go? Like,
I will tell you, Danny Go, for anyone's questioning whether to go or not, is short. They do it short on purpose. It's high impact. Yeah. There's a break in the middle. So like, which is nice. That one is one of the ones where you will feel okay about going, but it is another one where Jordan and I were talking. I went to Blippi with Daisy after that, and Daisy's was way more into Danny Go. But my neighbors were into Blippi and something fun to do, and he's like, Danielle, I don't need to spend $80 to go see Blippi. Like, I don't like why do like do. But then you don't want to be the parent who's left out either,
right?
But for $80,
you want your kids to experience it, and some of the events are definitely worth it. But then I think it goes for like other things like trips and all sorts of things. And there's some part of me that where me and Ryan are entering the era of like we need us time.
Yeah.
Forget about me time. Like we just need us because like right now we are like changing of the guards watching the kids. Like I'm like, hey, bye. I'm going this way. You're going that way. Like who's where we're going right now. So like just this past weekend, like we could have all went out. There's a bug in here. We could have went out to dinner and as a family. And I'm like, let's go drop them off. Do you see this?
Katie, if you're not watching right now, Katie's getting attacked by a bug.
There's always a little mother fly in here.
It's going to get you. You better watch out.
So so we went out, just the two of us, and like, not that I wouldn't have enjoyed myself with the kids, but like, we just needed a minute.
Well,
we're going to definitely hear Daisy in the background of this.
Yes, can you hear her? I think she's screaming Moana. Is that what she's screaming right now? Moana?
As long as it's happy screams.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
This is where we're at, guys.
It's from 9 to Mom, okay? It's all coherent with each other.
Yeah, it's fine.
But Jordan and I were talking about this because we feel guilty sometimes because of work. We get done with work, then we have school activities, and we divide and conquer because the kids aren't the same age, so they're not in the same sports or clubs. Then we get home, we eat dinner, we take a bath, we split, divide and conquer bedtime. By the time bedtime's over, I'm a night person. Jordan is not. He is done. I come downstairs to work, and it's Groundhog's Day the next day. So when you get time to go out, you want to do stuff as a family. You want to do stuff with your kids, but things like going out to dinner with Colton. And if you have one kid, maybe you feel this way too. When I just had Colton, he was the easiest baby. We did everything. I never even questioned it. He could go anywhere. He could sleep anywhere. He was the easiest child. Now that does not translate into now. So let me be clear.
Right.
He everything, did everything, slept everywhere. Now he eats nothing. Doesn't sleep like he used to. It's just so different. So I'm not trying to paint a picture that this carries over. But I think some of that is because we have a second child now, and there's a little bit of pull and give and take. And that's another part of this is where now that there's two kids, and you might get this, Katie, as they get a little older, but they're boys and they're closer in age, but my kids have different interests right now.
Right.
So when we went to Danny Go, Colton was super into Danny Go. Daisy didn't care. Right. She was super excited to be there. But now Daisy's super into Danny Go, and I could take Colton, but he's not going to be like that excited. So do I spend $85? No, for him. But I also don't want him to feel left out. So when you have all this stuff happening, and then you finally get the opportunity for a date night, like if we don't work on our own relationship, the kids aren't going to see a good side of us.
We can't be good parents, and like, we're not on the same page. Like, even like when we just went to dinner, like we talked about the kids and we talked about stuff that's going on, and like, it's just nice to like reset and be on that page together, because you just get lost a little bit in the doing of everything. And when you bring the kids along, it is like, you're responsible for this part. I'm responsible for that. Like Jack likes to get up and walk around when we go places. So Ryan's always up. Like Kelvin will sit with me for a little bit longer. And like, and we're going to get to another point now where like Kel's not going to want to sit still, and Jack might, because he's going to just get a little older and be able to do that. So like, as the age groups change, obviously taking them places changes different battles, right?
Like, know the cost of dinner, right? You had the opportunity to go out to dinner. So what did you spend on dinner?
For me and Ryan, $100.
$100, okay? If you brought 2 more people with you, you probably would have drank double because you needed it. And then you also would have paid for their meals that they wouldn't eat because it's not what the way we do it at home or whatever it is. And then you spent all this money. Half the time you're not together. One parent's up, the other parent's in the bathroom because Colton's
You're
got to
not
poop.
focused
Sorry, Colton, I'm calling you out, bro. It doesn't matter. Me and my mom took
everywhere.
them out to lunch the other day. It doesn't
It's
matter
instant.
where we are. It's instant. As soon as we go somewhere, he has to poop. So then it's always me. I feel like I have pictures like of him in every bathroom because he has to go whenever we go somewhere. So then you spend all this money.
Yeah.
To poop in a public place.
So sidebar on the pooping in public, there's people doing studies on why, like, when you go to certain stores, you have to poop. I don't know if you face this because, like, it's an issue with me. Like, if I walk into Target or TJ Maxx, like, I have to go immediately.
It's TJ Maxx for me. TJ Maxx and Marshalls. It doesn't matter.
Those are, like, the key stores. So Ryan finally sent me a TikTok that and I think it's legit. They're like, people are doing research on, like, trying to figure out the phenomenon behind it because, like, multiple people have reported it. And there's something about, like, when you start shopping, like, your levels of, like, dopamine and whatever like, everything gets out of balance. And, like, you do get an adrenaline rush, which helps with constipation, apparently.
So you're saying,
and there's, like, there's, like, people that, like, are trying to study this, so we'll let you know. But like, it is like a thing.
I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry if my husband's listening or whatever, but when we started trying to budget and spend less money, I stopped going shopping because that's like my biggest thing. It's my favorite thing to do, so I can't go into stores as much. And I used to think that I had, like, they told me I did, like, IBS, all these stomach problems. It's okay. Crazy hot girls have IBS. Like, I accept it. But when I stopped shopping as much, I ended up on the other side of the spectrum. So I think that could be a true correlation. Like, I'm not getting the same dopamine hit or hormone level changes on a regular basis. And I think you're saying that I need to go to TJ Maxx today.
Correct. That is exactly
this is definitely a sidebar, but I'm taking this as gospel.
This is good.
If you need,
this is something, and I need to find I'll find the link to the video because I think Ryan sent it to me.
If you need
but he was laughing
for a study, like Catie and I are in.
I'm the prime person.
Yeah, let's go.
I definitely should be being studied. I'm like that though. Like, think about, like, airplanes and that. Like, I get that anxiety. It's definitely something with that, and, like, that's those, like, levels of whatever make me have to go.
It's insane.
Not what we thought we were going to talk about today, but I bet for the kids too, you walk Colton into a restaurant and he feels a certain way and
he has to go. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
We used to make fun of Michelle as, like, the bathroom inspector. Everywhere we went, like, within 5 minutes of sitting down, I have to go to the bathroom. And she would, like, she needs to go check out the bathroom at every new place. So, like, I feel like that's, like, a kid thing though. Like, they just need to.
Yeah. They thought I had anxiety. Probably did. Because when I was younger, I would not want to go anywhere if there wasn't, because I have a fear of pooping in public, and I'm just going to call it what it is. I did in college. Actually, this is very common as well. So I wouldn't go anywhere that I didn't think had a bathroom or a toilet, and my mom would have to, like, take toilets in the car. I never used them, but just because I'd be, like, so panicked about it. I feel like there's always one. And then my other sibling, Joe, he would do what we call nest. The toilets would get clogged everywhere because he wouldn't sit even in our toilets at home that my mom cleaned every day. He would take so much toilet paper and build, like, a bird's nest before he went to the bathroom. So I just think bathroom habits are weird for everybody. But
is this now a poop episode?
This might be a poop episode. We started talking about where you can and can't take your kids, and it has now transformed into poop anxiety.
Poopsiety.
Poopsiety.
Is that that's our new term? That's the title.
Poopsiety. But if you're a mom and you've dealt with, or pregnant and you've dealt with constipation, go shopping, man. Good for you.
Get to going. I used to think it was like the shopping. I used to think it was like walking around and, like, doing that if I had been sitting and doing, like, you know, been stationary, like it was like that. But then, like, even if you were, I don't know enough about the science to get into that. But another factor of when to take your kids out too, like, think about back to potty training. We are not there with the second kids yet, but it's coming for us very soon. And it's like, you can't go anywhere when they're potty training. They're going to pee. Like, it's another thing to worry about, right?
All the time. Like, we'd go on an adventure and you'd be like, oh, they're potty trained. It's fine. And then there would be a slip up and you'd have to go find clothes because you didn't bring them. And then you feel like a bad parent. It's just, there's so much that goes into it. And I think depending on your financial situation, that does play a role too. Like, Catie and I are in our, like, save money, be fiscally responsible era. If anyone wants to donate millions of dollars to us, maybe we'll feel differently because when we bring our kids, we'll bring a nanny. No, I'm just kidding. But we are thinking about, like, okay, you have so much money to spend. How do we spend it the best way possible to get the biggest impact
happy for
everyone? Because that fly is still attacking you. But
you see it?
It's like literally coming at your head. But I feel like that's the biggest challenge Jordan and I are having right now because
Yeah.
especially with the kids not enjoying the same exact things, that's almost like we have to take them on dates. But we took Colton somewhere to the Whitewater Center over the weekend for friends party, but it was really just us and the friend and their parents. And in the car, the first thing he said was, "Guys, it's been so long since just the three of us have done something together." And it like, kind of broke my heart a little bit.
And you're like sitting up in the front seat, like half crying, like
yes, because I feel terrible about that, but also like we want to do things as a family, and I know they enjoy
family,
that too.
right?
But I think we
Right.
would be at the stage where, and I've seen this all over the TikTok, Instagram, everywhere, the fact of it is important that each, like the parents still do things privately with each kid that resonate with each
Yeah.
kid. So you build that solo relationship, not just like me and Colton or Jordan and Colton, but me and Jordan and Colton still have a relationship together. Me, Jordan, and Daisy have a relationship together. And then think about it. They go somebody's babysitting them. They get whoever's being babysat is getting all the attention doing what they want to do and bonding with whoever it is that you have watching them. So I'm starting to think about that a little bit too. Like if the Bills game, we'll go back to the Bills game. Colton is old enough and he would have a lot of fun with Maura and Michael. Daisy would have fun with Maura and Michael, but she's not going to understand or appreciate the game.
Right.
So it's like she could get babysat, but now we're paying then because my parents are going to the game, the babysitter, the tickets. So it's really, really hard. And I think there's no right answer.
It is. Right. You can't. And I think it's like you have to figure out what's going to make the whole family happy, what's going to be in the budget. And there's other people that have like a totally different side of this. I think like that are like no matter what, like everybody goes. And it's hard to, I feel like it would be hard to live like that. I mean,
yeah,
I go crazy.
But I do get jealous.
After a while.
Like we all live on social media and I get jealous when I see the families, like we did sparklers and little stuff together. But and we did do fireworks this year. It was that was the best decision I made, was to do fireworks, just me, Jordan, the kids at the game. We went to the game. We made it a day of stuff for the kids. It was $30 a person. We would have been miserable outside of that if we had to wait till 10:30, fight all the traffic. Jordan hates that stuff. He's like, I'm going to drive forever. Where do we park?
Right.
Like the anxiety of it. Like it was simple for us to do the baseball game. It would not have been simple the day before. So I feel like you got to think about your family dynamics, but I do get jealous when I see people consistently. And I tell Jordan this, we were on date night on Tuesday, and that's another tip. Date nights on weeknights make you feel less guilty. And the reason they do is because your kids are following their routine for bed. They're sleeping anyways. And you're not feeling like you're taking like your parents away from a Friday, Saturday night. So if you could do weekday date nights, we had a great time. Do that, but we were talking about how I do get jealous of people who have like their perfect families out on their perfect adventures and all the kids are behaving. And I know that's not reality. Trust me, I know.
Right.
Because 5 minutes before
you don't
that picture,
see you sweating behind the scenes, like, or like having 5 people there helping. Like you don't see.
Yeah, you don't see it all. But in your head, we want to make memories. We want to do stuff with the kids. But sometimes, like guys, it's just not feasible.
You can make memories in the backyard.
Yeah, they say that. Then someone gets stung by a bee. No, that's
it does though. It's like crazy to think that way, but it is just really hard. And I think it's also because it's like, for me, it's like summertime. I don't feel this way in the winter ever of like what they're going to do, because there's just not as much to do. We're not trying to go anywhere. There's not a lot of events and things. Like it's just because it's summer, like there's something we could go do every night.
Yes. And you want to do that. You want to inherently do all the things, but realistically you can't do all the things, and then you feel bad like not doing all the things. I think we just gotta let it go. Like we could find a great affirmation that I know you would love to like make us feel better about the situation. Yeah,
let's just read affirmations for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, you would love it so much. It would make you feel so motivated.
Not even a little. What we should do is make a list of tips, or like, I just heard whoever that was in the background. They're like of tips for when you go to restaurants for each age group of kids. There needs to be an account that shows you like when you have babies, when you go to a restaurant, like go during nap time and like,
it's
go
actually
when they're
a really good idea.
And that then it's like for the like that 8-month-old to whichever, like it's so much easier to go when they can't walk. But then it's hard when they can crawl, because they can crawl. They want to go and crawl on the ground, and you feel bad letting them crawl on the ground.
That might be a time where you just say no.
Right? There's like a couple month period before they turn 1 that you're like, I don't go anywhere. And then like once they turn 1, or like once they start walking would be the next milestone, is like it's miserable to go because they just want to walk. They want to get up and explore the whole restaurant.
So like, what type of restaurants should you be looking for? Like how, like that kind of stuff. I think we could nail it with this, because we need to put together
a whole guide of going to restaurants, and then like activities. So I'm obviously not anti-screen time. My kids have definitely sat in a restaurant on our phones before. I don't bring tablets to the restaurant, but they can like watch stuff on my phone if we get to that level.
Same.
And that's usually for me selfishly. Like I want to sit there for a few more minutes. So like we allow that. But I know there's people that don't do that. So what are you doing? Are you leaving?
Well,
is your kid
try really hard not to do we really, really, really try.
I do too. But like at some point, how much shit can you bring into a restaurant?
I usually keep it like simple, and I bring doesn't matter what age they've been. They freaking love those stupid magnetile things.
So did you see the kit to bring with you, like the mini set?
Yes.
Okay.
And they're so cute, but the boys' ones are cheap, but the girls' glitter ones are like $25 for like 10 towels.
They're like the knockoff ones. So they had them at Aldi, in the Aldi aisle.
Yeah, because those are great. They love, you did? You should have gotten some. They're like great for that, and then bringing your own crayons and coloring, and it's simple, it's small, whatever, because...
But like, let's be real. Like that only lasts 15 minutes for my kids, and we maybe get our order in.
Yeah. Then you just throw on.
Then Kale breaks
you get 45 minutes. Then they fight because the one crane's broken. I'd say you can max out at 45 minutes.
Right. Like with
to whip out the phone and
the
put on Danny Go.
So I forget, and I think you taught us this. Like when you go to a restaurant, like once you sit down and they come over for drinks, you say like put an ordered kids chicken fingers in.
Immediate. And then as soon as they bring the food, give me the check.
Yes. And it's like that, or like go somewhere where you know what you're going to order, so you can order immediately, or like within the first few minutes, because the food is like what will get you
better
further.
When their food comes out first. That's how we like to do it. You get in, you order their food, because by the time you order, they're already starving, melting. So if you so you get their food, they start eating. So they're eating while you're talking. And then by the time your food comes and you want to eat, then you give them the first round of toys, and then...
They pick your food. At your food.
And then, I mean...
That's mostly just Calvin. He likes to pick at everyone's food.
Yeah, Daisy eats. It's a second child. They just want to eat.
It's like, what is that? Eating. What is that? And he can say it now. What is that?
It's mommy's. That's mommy's what it is.
Food. It's funny, but there should be something. There's an Instagram account there that we're missing. We need to start doing some content around the real tips, because I don't want to have just a list of things how big of a bag can I bring? The kids don't even need a diaper bag anymore. I'm trying to be a minimalist.
That's why if you don't need a diaper bag anymore, you need to buy from our girl at Poppy and get that crossbody bag.
I know. She just released a new bag too.
We need to look at that bag. That's why I want it. I want the nylon one, the new release.
I know. That does look good too. I need to find the right bag to start bringing. I have a littler backpack now, but I don't even need that. I need something that fits a few snacks, one diaper, some wipes, and that's it. But we're almost to the point where Cal can make it. If he pooped in the morning, we're good to go.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen again usually.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, the goal of life is to try and do as many things as possible.
Right.
With as many people as possible. But I don't think we need to feel guilty about saying this isn't right for my kids at this time, and stop feeling guilty, because that's where it starts to spiral for me, is really when I'm I should have brought my kids. Look at these happy families. We couldn't handle it. But you want to know what? I didn't want to handle it.
That's the worst when you go somewhere. So we went to a fancier restaurant for Rochester, a fancier restaurant. We're we would never bring the kids here, whatever. There's a freaking table with 6 kids at it. And I'm they don't even have a kids menu. There's not even chicken fingers on the menu. And I'm here these kids are sitting here, and I didn't want to bring my kids here, but I'm also okay, then I see the mom walking around the whole restaurant. I'm I just wanted to sit here and enjoy a martini.
Yeah, chugging her espresso martini because she couldn't sit and drink it. We've all been there. Priorities. I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Well, with that, we don't have any answers. Hope you learned something today.
They learned poop.
Poop. Or going out with your family.
But it's time to clock back into our 9 to 5 and rid you guys of our nonsense. So see y'all next time.
We'll see you next time.